first fatal, the rise of new blood. We got people like Nathan, Roy, Anthony, Stephen, and Texius, and Darien. Welcome to the chaos, now let us begin.
Last time on Icon's Universe Beta. Our characters enjoyed their time at Adam's game night, a little confused as to what was going on, but trying to roll with it nonetheless. December is here, and now they prepare for their next test, Heroes versus Villains. So, as the beautiful narrator, whoever that could be, sounds heckin' sexy, dude. Like, there has been another little time skip, roughly 2 weeks-ish. You guys are in early December. Now, just for personal character stuff, Adam Price, you don't have to unmute your mic, but it's more or less me telling you something. And same with you, Anthony. It's officially been a month. This is around the time where Adam Price needs to prove himself to Anthony Howell, though I have the perfect moment when you'll do that. It's not going to be this game, though. But just to let you guys know in character that time is up. Adam has to prove himself. Now, within this 2 week span, you guys have been roughly preparing for your latest unit test, Heroes versus Villains. They've been teaching you, like different combat things, different villainous scenarios, a little bit of history, blah, blah, blah. And now you guys are officially ready for your test. And you all have woken up. You've all gone through your own, the morning routines. And eventually you guys meet Oni outside of the Holodome, where she stands on a bright sunny day. The clouds have dissipated, but there is still heavy snow upon the ground. You're all kind of wearing some heavy coats right now. And Oni is here to greet you all and kind of explain how your test is going to work. So, Darth TJ the Wise, if you would take it away.
So, Oni's standing in front of you. She looks exhausted. Just sort of just like doesn't really want to be there. So she grabs a clipboard where she has all of her notes down, and she goes, "So today, as you know, you guys are going to be going through your Heroes versus Villains training. The rules are pretty simple. You will be supplied with a pair of handcuffs. You must cuff your opponents, or the less desirable option is to straight up knock them out. I don't recommend that. I want to emphasize, I do not recommend that."
You hear the villain in the background. I do recommend it, yes. Manipulation, yes.
So the villains have a bioweapon, and they are planning on weaponizing it. It is your job as the heroes to stop the weapon, or if you're the villains, stop them dead in their tracks. If you will be supplied with tape, if you put tape on the weapon, it shows that it's been deactivated. Time runs out, villains win.
All right. So, Oni kind of runs through all the rules. She kind of goes through what this setting is going to be specifically. And Oni, would you like to look on your clipboard and figure out who will be on whose team and who will be fighting who?
Okay. She looks at her list once more, flips through it because she loses her place naturally, and is like, "Who is going first?" She looks through it. She goes, "Ah, yes, Heroes team for our first little bout here is Roy and Rikter, and our villains team is going to be Joy and Craig."
So, with the names officially being read, I'm going to ask our two human players what their thoughts are. Alan, since you're higher on the Discord list, I'm going to ask you first. Roy, what's your reaction to being paired up with Rikter? I know you've stated before you have a little bit of a caution towards him, right?
Anything goes.
All right. So you're making do with the situation. Rikter, you've been in a bit of a clouded headspace recently. What's up with you? Hearing this news in your mind?
It's pretty bad.
All right, that's one way to start.
He is physically in a bad state. He's mentally in a bad state. Just looking at him alone, his eyes look to be bloodshot. His hair disheveled greatly. And there's a few scars around his hands.
Yeah.
And he is looking around frantically as if he is searching for something.
Oh, okay. I forgot to set my stopwatch, but that's okay. We've only been going for a couple minutes.
The pocket watch? Oh,
yeah.
God.
I actually do have a watch that goes to let me know how long the session is.
That's great.
So, let's see. Roy, fucking whatever. Rikter, oh god, oh my fuck, oh no, fuck. So, let's see. I guess with the names officially being read, Oni would kind of grab the rest of the class and take them back up to the viewing pavilion, where they will be able to see the entire map and the entire fight. However, Oni will kind of let the two teams know that the stadium is going to build itself, and the villain team will enter in first and set up. They'll have roughly 5 minutes to know their positions, come up with a plan before the hero team is allowed to enter. So they get a little bit of prep time, whereas the heroes are going in blind. So she'll eventually lead everyone up there, and the stadium will begin to build itself. Describing the stadium a little bit, you see that the cement actually begins to lump and form a more naturalistic terrain of just kind of slight hills, inclines, depressions, and things like that. And then you see some wood material begin to sprout up all around, and then a facility beginning to form in the center. And as the textures begin to take over, you notice that it's currently a small military encampment with a few towers and other homes there. Once the heroes eventually make it there, I'll describe more of it. It looks to be surrounded by a forest in a winter wonderland. As snow begins to settle on the ground, the precipitation machines start to release, and the stadium roughly finishes building itself. TJ, I want to talk to you. So, Crag and Joy are on the same team. Now, Crag has been rather quiet throughout most of his school life, I would assume. Has he really mingled with anyone?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
He's more reserved to himself, so unless people go up and like talk to him, he's more just gonna chill.
Sure. So as you, Crag, are making your way to the base, kind of probably taking in your sights, trying to maybe get some plans brewing, I assume?
Yeah, just sort of analyzing the surroundings, setting up a preliminary plan.
And Joy is kind of walking up next to you, and she kind of just goes, "So, I guess we're going to be partners." Kind of giving a big smile, trying to gauge your reaction. What do you know?
Craig would nod, and he would say, "It seems like we are."
So, what's the plan? As you guys kind of begin to enter the facility.
Craig is going to look at her and be like, "Well, first off, what can you do?"
Oh, I can make portals, but it's not exactly teleportation. Here, let me show you. And as you guys enter, I'll describe it actually because we're kind of focusing on this a little bit. The base is kind of in the shape of a hexagon, and the walls are made of a metallic material. They're rather thick. You have ladders and staircases where you can climb up and kind of patrol around it. You have about 4 towers where it looks like a sniper would be up there, in each corner of the facility. You have a small barracks area, you have a little training ground, and then the big building where probably the higher-ups and officers would station themselves. And you assume that is probably where your biological weapon is being kept. So, Joy just kind of says, here, let me show you what I can do. And she opens up a portal, and I want you, Craig Owens, to roll me an awareness check to really focus.
11?
Sure. You're not going to get the full picture, but you're going to be able to see just enough. She opens a portal, but she doesn't go through it. She says, don't try and step through it. I'm not really sure what happens when people do it. As you look into it, you can see that it looks like it opened up a gateway to somewhere else. But it looks similar to here. Like, hey, there's the facility building, there are the walls, there's the tower. But everything looks a little different. And she kind of says, I can kind of sort of make a portal to a minor parallel dimension, I guess. Basically, what I can do is I open up a portal, I step inside, and I'm in almost a perfect replica of the world we are here. And when I enter in, I can see ghostly apparitions of everyone in the real world. And so usually what I do is I open a portal, step inside, close it behind me, and then I sneak up to where a person is, open a portal behind them, and then I can maybe, I guess, punch them, kick them. I'm not sure. But that's my power in a nutshell. I'm not sure what happens when other people enter it. And Craig, what's your reaction?
Craig is going to basically be analyzing this, and he's going to say, so we have what seems to be 2 options: a defensive approach and an offensive approach.
Okay.
Which one would you like to hear about first?
Let me hear the offensive approach.
So Craig is going to bring out Starlight. His ability.
Do you think she would be able to see it?
No. But
okay.
What he's going to do is he's going to have Starlight pick up just like a chunk of snow or whatever, and just hold it, because she would be able to just see that floating.
She's like, oh my god, floating snow. The snow's holding.
He's going to say, basically, I can make an invisible ghost man appear next to me. However, some people are going to be able to see it. I believe Rikter has this ability. I'm not sure if Roy does.
Okay.
If Roy does not have the ability, the plan is that you go and defend against Rikter, and I will defend against Roy.
All right. Now, what's the defensive plan?
The defensive plan, well, how large can you make these portals?
They're not super big, just really big enough for me to step through. I haven't tried making them bigger.
Well, a good exercise, maybe, will be attempting to slip our device into this other dimension, which will pretty much just end the game right there, but it's a tactic nonetheless. If not, similar scenario where you defend against Roy, I will defend against Rikter. We just won't be as aggressive about it.
Okay. So let's go the aggressive route.
Starlight. We can take advantage of Starlight's sub-invincibility. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Craig is going to say we can take advantage of Starlight's sub-invisibility towards Roy, and you can
Yeah.
take advantage of your stealth approach against Rikter.
Okay. She'll kind of say, "All right, yeah, we'll do that. And if the plan goes out the window, I'll see if I can try and fit the weapon inside the portal.
Sounds
All
good
right,
to me.
let's go." And so, cutting away from them, we cut to Rikter and Roy, who have kind of been hanging in the waiting room just for a little bit before the buzzer is about to go off. But I do want to ask, is there anything you two want to role play with each other before you get the siren that says, "Hey, game's on, tests on, let's heckin' go"?
Yep.
We got a game plan.
The second Roy says anything, Rikter would grab him by the shoulders and in fluent Russian say, "What's the status of our front lines? How is the war
What
going?"
the fuck?
Oh my god.
Oh boy. Does Rikter elaborate in any way?
No.
Man,
What's the status of the front lines?
Roy, I guess roll an intellect check, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to hit it.
Oh, I'm planning to. I've already taken down a few stats just for this.
Oh
See,
boy.
what is my
Terrible.
Probably not good.
Perfect.
What did that call?
9.
Mm.
He's in a very disheveled state.
So
21.
close.
20.
Shit balls. Alright, so Roy, you are incredibly confused as to what Rikter is saying and talking about initially. He's grabbing you basically by the shirt and shaking you. But the only war you can think of, and he's speaking Russian right now, maybe he's talking about the Soviet Revolution in 2009? But, like, why that ended? Like, it doesn't make sense, but that's literally the only thing you're currently thinking about. You got a 21, so I gave you the information. Nice work on your roll. But you're a little confused if this is what he's talking about. So I'll leave it up to your role play. Yeah, and you do you. Is there anything Roy would say to Rikter in this instance?
How the hell do you know Russian?
What do you mean? The war's going on now.
What war?
What's the state of our forces? Where's the Soviet savior? Where's Charles?
I don't know.
They must already be ahead. We need to catch up quickly.
Did you get hit on the head? Are you okay?
I can still fight, if that's what you're asking.
Are you sure?
Oh my god. What the hell?
With the amount of questions coming out of Roy, Rikter goes from very serious to kind of confused.
Yeah, Roy looks like he has no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Roy is? Let me ask you that. What do you think Roy is? Do you view him as a student, a fellow soldier, a spy perhaps? What do you view him as?
Rikter is viewing Roy as another soldier.
If you knew a bit more about Roy's past, then maybe if you're just a generic soldier, you would actually view him as your superior officer. I'm not sure. Because during your life in Russia, either Roy wasn't born or he was an infant. So you probably wouldn't have gotten to experience Roy all that much.
No, not really.
So, yeah, probably as far as you're concerned, he's just another soldier.
Yep.
Roy, how's your mental state doing? How are you because of all
When
this?
is it ever good?
Yeah, but
Real quick,
you know what?
chat
That's
has a
fair.
question.
Oh, chat has a question.
Ooh.
Is Roy responding in Russian?
Yes, I should have elaborated on that. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh my god,
I have a
Alan,
question.
this picture.
Can Rikter currently understand English, or is it just Russian?
I don't know. Depends if someone talks to him in English. We'll find out.
Well, Oni was giving the
right.
instructions in English. Were you able to understand that? He feels like
I don't know.
I rolled to see
I
if
don't
he
know who I am.
He would get a gist, but he is not sure how to handle that when he believes a war is on.
Yeah, okay. So as you guys are kind of talking and shaking one another, eventually you hear the buzzer. And the doors open. The test has begun. What do you do?
Rikter, at least, would pull away from Roy. Like, it seems the motherland is by our side. Come on, let's go! And he would start running out.
What did you say, Roy?
I said, what the hell got into him?
As you guys leave the waiting room, you're hit with the cold breeze of a tundra landscape. You see a bunch of leafless, dead standing trees all around in a tight forest. Snow blankets the ground beneath you, and it gives a very strong crunch as you step through it. The snow from the sky and precipitation machines begins to flutter down, but since the simulation is so realistic, Rikter, roll me God damn it, roll me an intellect check. It feels like
willpower.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, you know what? Willpower and intellect.
Willpower. Intellect check is a 19. Willpower, natural 20.
So you're so smart. You're such a smart boy because when you were waiting in the waiting room, you saw the stadium build itself. So you know something's up. But willpower-wise, you're struggling because this feels like home. This feels like the motherland.
Yep.
Roy, it definitely reminds you of the motherland, especially
beautiful.
where you were stationed. It is very beautiful. And if you both roll me an awareness check, I might give you a little happy little something that is also happy and possibly a little something.
17.
Fucking. That's great.
You weren't supposed to make that check, damn it.
Shit.
Say awareness?
Yeah. It's nothing intriguing.
2?
So you burp. Sure. You look up ahead with the eyes of a Soviet, whatever that may be, and you see distant lights from what looks to be an encampment further up ahead. To give Cole at least a pretty good description, it kind of looks like the camps in Civilization 6. Like it kind of looks like how they're structured.
I love it so much.
I'm glad you love it. But...
Okay.
So that's kind of what they look like.
Yeah. Huh.
Maybe a few more differences. But yeah, it's up to you guys. Initiative has not been rolled just yet because you guys have not encountered.
Mm-hmm. Seeing the arena built, Rikter would turn to Roy and be like, what kind of advancements have they made in this time?
You need to calm down.
I would not think one loyal to their country would ask to stay calm.
I guess Roy at this point is just like shaking his head, just has no.
It's like, what? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What the hell is going on?
Like, just slapping his face side to
Who
side.
drank your cereal?
Who drugged your cereal?
Is this a bit?
Look, my favorite picture that Alan has sent is just the tank jumping into the water. Just, I go kill submarines for the motherland. Like, that is fantastic.
Are there any immediate high grounds nearby?
For right now, it looks to be just hills and trees, but you do see 4 towers, one in each corner of the facility, where it looks like a sniper could perch themselves really well.
What I would do if I had my sniper.
You can't have guns in the school. Only reason Rikter has it is because it's tied to his person.
Seeing the towers, Rikter would actually summon his sniper. And he would be looking through the scope to the towers for information.
So, I'm actually
You have a gun.
Yeah, he summons a gun, like, right in front of you.
You see in his hands, looks to be the outline of a sniper. It is very spectral and celestial. It is not made of a metal, but seems to be that of the stars in space.
So this picture is decently accurate to what everything looks like, just more snow. I wanted a picture to look at so that way I can get in the zone.
Get in the auto zone. Oh, okay. Dope.
Yep. So, Cole or Rikter, you summoned your sniper. You're looking through the scope to survey the base.
Yes.
Okay. The massive sniper is in your hand. Roy, you were all kinds of confused. And he holds it up and he starts looking through it. Now, Rikter, I want you to roll me an awareness check.
Not good. That would be a 15.
Okay. TJ, I'm going to ask you to DM me so that way there is an element of mystery. Where is Crag currently? DM it to me so that way our lovely players don't hear. Where do you think Crag would be? There are the towers, there's the wall, there's the training ground, the barracks, the building where the weapon probably is. Okay, lovely. Thank you, boss. So, let's see. Oh, wait, I'm getting another text message. This might be important. I need to make sure I have all the weapons. Screw you guys over. Okay. Okay. So, let's see.
This is great.
All right, how do I want to do this? Because Joy has a little bit of a... She is a little bit of a tough task, but that's okay. She'll figure it out. She's smart, I think. Did I write her smart? So let's see. What'd you get, Rikter, on your roll?
15.
Everything is clear as day. You can't see a single person. Nobody in the towers, no one on the wall, and no one seems to be in the woods at all. You're amazed at how empty this base is.
He will look at Roy and be like, we should move ahead. Tread lightly. I don't trust this. And then he will try to stealth his way through towards the base.
Okay. Roy, what are you going to do?
If only I was good at that.
Yeah, it's a little difficult because the snow is positioned as you keep crunching through it.
Only that were the case for this apparent Russian.
Oh, man. So, as you guys keep marching forward, let's see. How is she going to do this? Because I'm legitimately trying to think. Her plan is to break them up. as it was revealed in our little cutscene with them. So, all right, this is what's going to happen. Rikter, Roy, roll an awareness check as you guys are currently seeing.
Decent. Average. 16.
16.
18.
18. So you guys are going to notice it, but since it is still technically a surprise attack, she is going to still get to attack. You guys just notice it. So you guys walk forward, and then you see that a green light is beginning to emanate from behind you, making the snow look the color. And you guys turn around quickly, and you see what looks to be a jagged green portal with sparks flying off here and there open up right behind you. And you see one of your students, or one of your classmates, if you remember them, rush forward, and she is going to attempt to grab Rikter and try to grapple him.
Oh boy.
Rikter, roll me a strength check against her.
This will be great. 17.
17.
Oh.
She grabs you. She locks you in position. And she screams out, "Crack, Roy's all by himself!" And she pulls Rikter into the portal and shuts it.
Oh, shit.
The whole time he was yelling in Russian on the way out.
What was he screaming?
Let me get a feel for how he feels about this.
Yeah. You're basically getting abducted.
Probably something along the lines of filthy capitalist pigs. I will die for Mother Russia. And you cannot take my spirit.
Fantastic.
Stuff along those lines.
So, before we roll initiative, Roy, your strange Russian partner now with a sniper just got pulled into a portal by a lady with mostly green hair.
Damn, I didn't even get to ask if I could have the gun.
I love it. So, with that being said, wait, one more thing. What is it? The gun! What the fuck, you? Gets abducted. So, I want you all to roll me initiative.
All right.
I'm gonna have TJ start your list. Terrible. Absolutely awful.
Oh yeah, it's doo doo. It's doo doo.
It's Omega Poodoo.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Craig, what'd you get?
I DM'd you.
Ah, yes, thank you. Okay.
Gotta keep that DM secrecy.
I love the approach that Craig is doing. Roy, what'd you get?
11.
Okay. Cole, what'd you get?
6.
Okay.
Terrible.
Well, surprisingly, you're not the lowest. That goes to Joy.
Out of curiosity, when she went to grab me, was it like a bear hug type of deal?
It's like a...
Or was it
like a Nelson? It was almost like a full Nelson.
Alright, because I would like to roll something to see if he drops the sniper or not. If that's the case.
Well.
He barely manages to hang on.
Okay, alright.
Barely.
Alex shoots shoots her in the head. Joy dies. Oh my god.
This is not planned.
Murder is not allowed.
This is not planned. We fight good fight.
Look, man, Paragon could heal a lot, but lead in the head. That's a little different.
I mean,
Oni might be concerned
It's lead.
considering the firearms in play. But now she can't see Joy, so it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sucks
she
for
pulled
Oni.
her into an alternate dimension. So,
this just got really complex for Oni. She's like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
shit, I can't even tell what they're doing. They're possibly doing drugs in there. Now, let's see. Craig, with your initiative turn, what are you going to do? Just hold your position?
nope.
Okay, go for it. What are you
So,
gonna do?
upon hearing that Roy is isolated, he is simply going to walk out of the the little barricade that separates the wall from the camp and just slowly approach him with his hands in his pocket.
Are you really approaching me?
He brings out Starlight and just continues walking towards them, and he's going to say, I can't beat the shit out of you without getting closer.
God damn it!
God damn it.
Even I know that reference. Oh, that's great. So
have
he
I
marches
ever rolled
forward.
to see if I can see this dude?
Actually, it wouldn't be a roll. It would be a matter of judging your character.
Well,
And
does it have anything to do with the occult?
no,
I don't think he would be able to see.
I don't
Hold on.
think he's gonna be able to see him because he doesn't really have a strong connection with any level of friendship like Stelly. He doesn't really have any psychic or very spiritual powers.
Oh.
Starlight isn't a demon. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see him. Wait,
I was
no. Would he see his footprints
Oh.
in the snow?
Starlight does not walk. He sort of like floats.
Well, shit. Good luck, Chief.
Otherwise, yes.
Otherwise, yes.
Yeah, Starlight just sort of floats like a little behind Craig.
Yeah. So, my boy Roy, you're rather curious as to why he's just walking forward. Craig, would you like to have Starlight attack this turn?
I have a question as
Sure.
an audience member.
Yes, Mr. Audience Member.
Does he have like little jet streams going out from the bottom of him?
You don't. My agents inform me that you don't have to. You don't have to answer that, Mr. President.
Where is he? I don't know, man.
What?
You just see just two small circles of snow just getting pushed away.
He just
The
floats
snow
there.
is slowly melting below
Yeah.
us.
He's just floating. So, Mr. Craig, what are you gonna have Starlight do?
He's actually probably going to hold off for this turn.
Oh wow! All right.
Damn. Holding
Smart
back.
move. Smart move with what Oni's gonna do. Thank God. It's either gonna be her, Phoenix, or both.
Just break through the wall. Just hello, children.
Did somebody order a good helping of this?
Helping of justice.
Sucker punches Rikter in the balls. No, we're supposed to take it easy on the kids.
Madame Foco, it's out of disgrace.
Just screaming in Russian. No, it's okay. We can go full power. You see? He's Russian. He's not people. Oh my God. Jesus. So, let's see. Craig holds off this turn. Roy, what are you gonna do?
Well, simple, easy pie. I'm gonna try to wrap him up in chains.
You're not gonna summon any friends on the other side?
Why bother? As far as I know, it's one-on-one.
Alright, fine, whatever. And just, it's not like I wanted to play Serena or anything. Who would say that? So, what are you gonna roll for chains?
I would imagine
What does Darth Allen the Wise roll for chains?
coordination. And I got, let's see, what is my coordination? 6.
My connection.
I
died
got
for
a
second.
dirty 20.
Okay. Does Crag get the chance to resist against it? Does he roll strength?
He
I
can
think
if he
it would be
wants.
a strength or coordination check to get out of the way.
Yep. So I would say roll that. I trust everyone to remember their my freaking microphone. I trust everyone to remember their abilities so that way I can ask them on the spot and not have to remember. It makes life easier.
Well, I'm stupid, so that's gonna be hard.
Crap.
I'm gonna DM you all my rolls.
Okay. Roy, what'd
It's
you
not
get
very
again?
country roads. I got a dirty 20.
You got a dirty 20?
Yes.
Okay. You will successfully wrap him up in the chains. Oh my god, who posted the Larry the Lobster?
That's Rising Phoenix when he comes through. Breathe! Breathe!
So, Roy, you successfully wrap Crag up in chains. He is trapped. Is there anything else you're going to do on your turn?
No, that takes up my turn.
Okay. You still have movement and things like that. That's why I ask.
No, I'll stay where I am for now.
Okay. Rikter, your turn.
Hi.
You are in a strange new world, but it's still similar.
Sure.
It looks like you're in the same place you're at, but Roy doesn't look the way he does. He looks like an apparition, a ghost, with a blue light in the center of where his heart would be, and you
Roy
can
has a
see
heart?
him moving forward. His physical organ, maybe not emotions, but the physical organ.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
yeah, so you're inside this different plane of existence, this dimension. I'm not sure how you would even process it. Joy has you in a full Nelson, and it's still the same battlefield, but everything looks darker. There's a hint of something more menacing to it, and it doesn't feel right. You have a weird. There's a weird around.
Rikter would, seeing the ghostly form of Roy, yell out, still in Russian, so she probably doesn't understand a thing. What'd you do to my comrade, you pig? And then he would like to break free from the grab she has.
Your voice only echoes in a ghostly whisper. You struggle to communicate even in here, but you may roll a strength check.
Terrible. I don't think I have anything. No, I don't. Whopping 10.
She beats you by a lot, and she keeps you in the Nelson. And you hear her ghostly whispers kind of go, "I'm so sorry, but I gotta keep you here."
Can I attempt to headbutt her?
You
The
can
true Russian.
try.
Sure.
But this will be the end of your
DM
turn.
permitting. I would like to headbutt her, seeing
Roll
as I
prowess, I guess. Roll prowess.
Oh my god, 20 in total.
You lean your head forward and then boom! You strike her in the nose. A little bit of blood goes flying, and she lets go, and she goes fluttering back. But it's not instantaneous movement. It almost looks like stop motion in a sense, where you can almost see each frame of her movement, but it's a lot slower. And she eventually lands to the ground, and you bring yourself forward. You both have a little bit of an aura around you, and you are officially free of her grasp.
Rikter just cracks his neck and cocks the sniper.
Well, you have movement.
He will start.
Well, all right. What are you gonna do?
What would he do?
Please don't kill my NPCs.
Annihilate them.
Oh no!
The idea of running sounds smart, but I think he just sees himself as this is hand-to-hand combat. So he will drop the sniper and put his fists up.
She just kind of looks to you and just goes, "Oh, are we actually fighting? Oh, crap, all right." And she stands up, she raises her fists, and she's like, "All right, I guess prepare to block yourself. I'll try not to hit that hard."
I imagine I have no other actions to do this turn because
No.
that was a lot of stuff.
Unfortunately not, but you will be able to. You will be able to potentially dodge. So she's going to rush forward and try and punch you, but she's not really putting her arm into it.
Sure.
Because she still views this as a test. She got an 8.
Way more than 8.
Okay, so your head swerves to the side.
And that means one of my features
Yeah.
kicks in.
I know.
I will try to hit them back.
Roll.
That is prowess. That will be a 19.
Combat annoys me. Yeah, you hit her. What do you hit her
Alright.
with?
It's just a fist.
Then that's gonna be like a 1.
He's like backtracking them. Yep. She will take.
Punchies don't do that much unless you have super strength.
You said 1d4?
Yeah, just for basic
she will
punching.
take 3 damage.
Ah!
And she will become dazed, giving her disadvantage on attack rolls.
I'm gonna say you struck her in the head. Boom.
Yep. Just sidestep, just crack her with the back.
Here's the fun thing. I have no idea what happens. Oh my god, my mic. If Joy passes out inside her own dimension.
I have no idea either, but Rikter does not think about this.
I just thought about this.
Yep.
We're about to learn some things today.
Yep.
See,
Alright, guys.
we're learning
New
things.
character.
New character. Just trapped
Dimension
inside this
just
dimension.
collapses on them.
Back to Steven Smith, guys.
Oh my
The
god.
first fucking villains versus heroes test, and 2 students just go missing.
Oh crap. How are we gonna report this to the government? Again. Don't worry, we'll find a way. We did it before, we can do it again. It just implies that this has happened multiple times. So,
Just don't worry about it. We've
I
covered
got-
the what?
we covered the body. I got your message, TJ.
Alright.
So, let's see. That's the end of Joy's turn. It's Crag now. Crag stands inside some pretty tough chains of omega thickness. What are you gonna do, Mr. Crag Owens?
Oh, mega.
He is just gonna stay like sort of blank-faced, and he's just gonna have Starlight go forward and just punch Roy just right in the face.
What would Roy roll, if anything? Like coordination at disadvantage?
He isn't seeing it
Awareness?
coming.
Maybe.
I'm not sure, because there's no tells that Craig is actually attacking, and he has no idea that he's able to attack, at least as far as I know.
I'm gonna
He
make
has
the
no
argument
idea
for
that
this.
he's able to attack.
I'm gonna let him roll awareness at disadvantage. Because Starlight is moving forward, and I'm gonna say just his fist shooting through the air is going to create a little bit of sound, perhaps.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
maybe he can
That's
roll
like
an awareness check
Heavy
to see.
disadvantage, but yeah.
It's disadvantage, but I want to give him a chance because I don't know. These two are really freaking OP.
I mean, like, after the first hit, then it can be like, oh, okay, he can do this now.
Okay. Oh, after the first. All right, we'll stick with disadvantage. Roy, what'd you
I
get
add
for your roll?
Anything?
No.
All right, then 14.
I guess have Starlight roll coordination as our quote-unquote stealth.
He doesn't see him coming.
Okay, you're not going to see it coming. Roll your damage. As Roy, you basically get uppercut by an invisible fist. Boom!
That is a 4.
All right, you take 4 damage. Mark that on your character sheet. Ugh. So, Craig, is that the end of your turn?
I believe so.
Now, remember, you don't have to beat them to a pulp in order to win. You can just handcuff them, and then they're out. But something tells me this option is not going to be used.
This option has been completely lost on both the heroes.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's not allowed. Just
Oh my god. Oh. So, Roy, it's your turn. You got struck in the face by something you couldn't even see.
What the fuck did you just do to me?
Craig he's not going to say anything in response. He might smirk a little.
You know, back where I come from, with you chained up like this, I would have already shot you and been smoking on your corpse.
Holy shit.
attaboy, attaboy.
Craig is simply going to say, you can try.
Oh shit.
Get him, yeah.
I've actually never seen Roy kill anyone, just knee men in the balls.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting.
So,
Dr.
what
Roy.
is the villain's objective to win again?
The villain's objective is to either handcuff you guys or not, though that's also your objective as well. But their big thing is to use their weapon on, release their biological agent. Now, you are technically being timed. You have, I think 10 minutes or 15 minutes to basically stop the weapon. And if you can't get to it in time, then the villains will win and the weapon will go off. However, despite our game going on for 47 minutes now, it's not every initiative roll, from what I heard, at least in Dungeons and Dragons, roughly 2 seconds.
6 seconds.
6 seconds. Okay. So that's roughly what we're doing here. So you don't have to worry about the IRL time. I'll let you know when we're getting close to it.
Yep.
So all I have to do is handcuff him.
All you technically have to do is handcuff. He's currently chained.
Yeah. I'm just
Easy.
gonna try to handcuff him.
You're gonna try and handcuff him?
Yeah.
He's wrapped in chains.
Holy shit!
What's he gonna
Intelligence
do?
is winning the day.
Easy mode.
Wow. All right. This might go a lot quicker than I thought.
Starlight can
For
still
one
defend
person.
against
Oh
it.
yeah, no. Starlight can absolutely defend, but I'm really curious what's gonna happen.
You can just,
So
like,
I'm
hold his
surprised the
wrist
chains
and
don't
just
restrict his movement.
It doesn't
It's-
restrict Starlight's movement. Craig can't move an inch unless he takes the chains off, but Starlight is still perfectly fine.
So because of this
Yeah.
new strategy, we're gonna go back in time just for a quick second,
Sure.
because Craig, that was Starlight's action. I'm going to say that you still have a chance because this feels way too easy. I'm going to let you roll a strength check to try and break out of the chains or wiggle your way out.
Strength is Craig's lowest stat. So
Perfect.
That's my highest.
No, no.
16.
All right, Roy, roll against it.
That's better than I thought.
Also strength?
Yeah. I'm not
I
really
beat
sure.
it by 1.
That's a big feels bad.
Makes
man.
sense.
So Craig is almost about to shimmy himself out, but Roy's like, where do you think you're going? Clench. Roy, now it's back to your turn. What do you want to do? Rush forward and try and handcuff him?
Yes.
How far is your chain? How many feet?
Oh god, I don't
How
think
long
I
is
actually
it?
put a limit on how long it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I imagine it'd be close enough for Starlight to move that far in a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starlight's got a 10-foot movement, so it's got to be. He has to be within 10 feet.
Alright.
Then you have the chance to make it over to him this turn and potentially hit. Like, it could be over that quickly.
You probably can.
Alright, I'll do that.
But since it's so quick, I'm going to let Craig roll against to fiddle with his hands and basically slap at you. And I'm also going to give Starlight a reaction attack since you're technically moving past him. So let's see. Craig, Starlight is going to get an attack of opportunity on Roy.
What?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, then if you want to do that instead, then that'll
Starlight's
be your
just-
quote-unquote attack.
As he begins to run towards him, Starlight is still right in front of him, so he's just gonna reach his hand out and just try to grab him by the shirt or something.
Roy, God, I don't know if you've noticed this. You guys are such weird characters. Okay, let's see. I'm going to say that you do get grabbed because you don't notice. But
Damn.
you get to roll strength to get out of his grasp.
I'm good at this.
You basically see the imprint of a hand and fist basically holding onto your shirt and lifting you up. You kind of get the general outline using your intelligence of what this being probably is. So, have Starlight roll a strength check against Roy's. Roy, what'd you get?
Dirty 19.
What did Starlight get?
17, baby.
Let's see. That is
What are you gonna do, baby?
23.
Oh.
Starlight is going to hold Roy in place. Roy, it is still technically your turn. What would you like to do?
Cut the shirt.
You're gonna cut the shirt? Alright. You basically ignite your blades and you're going to try and slash it. And because it's literally just fabric, I don't think it's going to be difficult.
2 seconds. 2 seconds.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you slash the fabric.
That'll probably take up the turn, but
I'll say this whole incident takes up the turn, but you can move a little. You can move a bit around Starlight, but you're still next to him.
Okay.
So you cut a little bit of your shirt, and you begin to rush forward. Rikter, it's your turn.
Hi. Seeing her get up, he will brace himself. Just be like, oh, it's all right. We'll take it easy. Then he will jump up and attempt to drop kick her.
Oh my god! All right, she's gonna roll the coordination. You roll prowess. Let's go, baby.
It's such a high number.
I don't like it. What is it?
23.
So with a natural 17, you drop kick her.
Wow.
Because you have momentum and just a good angle and all that stuff, roll a d6.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm.
No, 1.
Yes! You like kind of hit the side of her, like you leaped up, it was really, but you only like skidded her side, and she took 1 point of damage. She's like, ow, what the hell?
Rikter, on his way to the ground, like catches himself with his hands, and, like kicks himself back up onto his feet.
It's like a Jackie Chan movie.
And then I would like to analyze Joy.
All right, you roll that heckin' thing of dice.
All right, so it is an intelligence check.
This battle is going a lot differently than I thought.
14 to analyze.
What are you trying to learn?
I am trying to learn what I might want to look for when engaged in physical combat with her.
She's a 15-year-old girl.
He is treating this like it's a full-blown enemy.
So, she has really long hair. You could possibly grab it, pull it, and lock her in position like a school bully. She doesn't appear to have a single weapon on her.
Does it look like she would attempt a specific way to hit me? Like if she looks more confident in kicking than punching?
It really looks like she has no idea what she's doing.
Interesting. Okay.
But, Joy's turn.
Hi.
And she's like, all right, enough of this. And she pulls out cuffs, and she's going to try and slap them on you. And just to get more tension, 1 cuff per turn. 1 cuff per turn. So,
all right, she can attempt.
Rushes forward. She's going to try and grab your wrist and slap it on you. I want you both to roll opposing strength checks. Come on, Joy.
26.
So with a 13, she fails.
Was that an attempted attack?
Not.
What'd you consider?
No, because she wasn't going for damage.
Okay.
She tries to slap it on you, but you kind of just move your wrist, and she just lands in the snow. And she tries to stand back up. I'm going to say it is Craig's turn now.
Okay. Let's see. Starlight is probably going to attempt to grapple him as Craig tries to break free of the chains again.
Okay. Craig, roll strength. Roy, roll strength.
I like this roll.
I like this one. What'd you get?
22.
Yeah.
Did Craig beat
Craig is sad boy.
Craig doesn't break free. However, the Starlight... Actually, you know what? We're gonna have Starlight just punch him. Loosen his grip a little.
Okay.
So yeah. Starlight is
Oh my god, Mason, I just saw what you posted. Oh my god. Go on.
Just keep going.
Go on.
Starlight's gonna do a very fancy just barrage attack. And just punch him. Like a lot.
What'd you get?
Let's see. For my prowess check.
Prowess.
I will DM you the number.
Holy shit.
Toxic.
Roy, no, because you don't know where he is. Fuck, this ability's so OP. All right, roll coordination at disadvantage. Don't
I mean, technically he knows that
Coordination.
Starlight is like kind of there, so if he
All right,
would-
then I'll let you add your
little
bonus,
bit.
but it's still disadvantage.
yeah.
Oh. Adding, are we?
I'll let you add your bonus, but you still gotta take the
For
lower.
coordination?
Yes.
Dirty 20.
So you almost beat it, but Starlight comes in and just freaking strikes you. God, I don't know. Where would he strike him?
So it's his barrage attack, so he is basically just going to punch him about 20 times in very quick succession.
Roll me a d6.
Six.
Holy moly!
I can't kick your ass, Mason, while I'm all the way. Okay.
Keep going. Keep going.
So, how much damage did he take?
6, I believe.
Roy,
Yeah, he
you
said-
took 6 points of damage.
Got it.
Mark that on there. Do you want to DM me what your health is currently? So
Yeah,
I can get
sure.
an idea?
It's about to change, probably, but it's this right now.
Ooh, all right. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep,
dear.
all right.
Oh my.
Yep, all right. So, this is, what we're going to do is, so, I'd say that's the end of Craig's turn. Right.
Yeah.
Alright. It's time for me to change things up. I'm gonna grab the big book at Oogity Boogity.
Oh,
Yeah!
Oh,
Big
shit.
fuck!
Summon the rabbit! Summon the rabbit!
No, I need Cerebra
Oh.
for this.
Oh, shit. All right, I gotta get back to the character.
Hey!
Oh. God, what did I do in episode 9?
Yeah, I don't like low health. I think I'm gonna change that.
Oh my.
So you open the book. What do you roll to summon?
Willpower.
Roll it.
Oh yes. Oh yes. There's so many random allies appearing.
Oni does not like this. Not one bit.
My willpower is exactly what I thought. 18.
18, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna say the big book of Oogity Boogity opens up. The pages start flapping. You start to draw rune. Crag probably raises an eyebrow, confused, and you plant
Yeah.
it into the ground. And hang on, I have a message.
Craig doesn't like
okay.
this.
Thank you for letting me know, Mr. Tyler J. Blackman III, Esquire of Bangladesh. So,
Shit.
None of those titles were correct.
you heard it here first, boys. His name is not Tyler. So, you put the rune on the ground. It starts to through the snow, and fluttering out of it is the lovely Cerebra. She says, "Holy crap! It is so cold. Where are we? Oh, Roy. Hi, Roy. Wait, where are we? Why is it so cold? I don't have a coat. Give me your coat." She's
Sure,
like,
whatever,
give
I
it the
don't care.
hand, like, give it.
I'm used to the cold. I don't need
Yeah,
this.
well, I'm not. I come from hell. It's always hot.
I love her so much.
I do too. She's one of my.
so cool. Give me your
It's-
jacket.
It's
Give it.
so much fun role playing her.
Give me your jacket now.
Well, if you're used to the cold, then give it to me. Do you give Cerebro the coat? So she puts it on and she's like,
Let's see you grab me now, bitch.
"Excuse me, I don't like that kind of talk towards me. Only I can say that." So, what exactly am I doing here? And the camera like Craig just
Yeah, Craig's like, what?
So TJ, you weren't there for episode 9, but it was a riot. Cerebra, Roy had summoned his first demon successfully, and it was Cerebra. They had a bit of a talk after the party, and now she's here. And she just kind of looks over to Craig, and she's like, "Roy, who's this?"
That's
Enemy.
Oh. Okay. She just kind of like, is that what you need me here for? Is that why? So that way I can fight your battles? Is that it?
Yes.
Whatever. All right,
Although
fine.
there's some invisible cunt around here somewhere punching me.
Cerebra can see Starlight.
Yeah, I was gonna say Cerebra is
Beautiful.
like beyond paranormal, so I think she's gonna be.
Cerebra
Like-
can see Starlight, clear as day.
Yeah, Cerebra's gonna kind of be like, so who's this? And she just kind of points to nothing, but she can.
So
There's nothing there.
Craig is now freaking out.
She's kind of like, no, there's a yellow man. Honey, what have you done with your hair? Why is it so blue? she's like,
Those colors
insulting
don't match. It's
Starlight.
awful. God.
No, that's more or less what she's doing. She's like, and that armor. Oh my god, where did you get this from? This is really poor craftsmanship. She's like fluttering around something.
You look like you came from a Crayola melon mold.
All right, yeah, we're gonna insert that line and put that there. So she's kind of like, so do you want me to hit this thing or that thing? Pointing to Crag. She can apparently see the invisible force that.
Well, actually, I think the Blade of the Willful will be good here.
What?
Blade of the Willful is a dagger she keeps, which makes an enemy target passive towards her.
Ooh.
Oh, all right. I'm glad you told me this. So, she's like, "Oh, really? We're all right. Bringing out the big guns already." She kind of rubs her hands together. All right, and she is going to summon a blade, I suppose.
No, it's on her backside.
Okay, she just kind of grabs it, shing, pulls out a horrifying blade. What's it look like?
It's
For,
a small
Alan.
dagger.
Okay, shing, pulls out a little
It's
dagger.
quite literally just a prison shank.
She is going to attempt to shank Starlight.
No, that's not the right
Stab.
target.
Too
I
late.
would like
she's
you
already,
to... Damn it.
She's already striking Starlight. Get it,
Starlight can
bitch.
freely move.
She stabs Starlight. How much damage does it do by chance, if any?
Let me see if I can find it.
Oh,
It does a D4
auto
damage.
Cool.
What's up? What's up?
It only does a D4 damage, but the real
Oh,
perk of it is the passiveness, which is willpower.
my sincerest apologies, TJ. I forgot you must roll to dodge.
Yeah.
Roll to dodge.
You know,
I'll give you a chance.
19.
Okay. I got so caught up in the moment.
Whoops. I keep
But
forgetting
they're
to do
2 million.
That's okay. Yes, I see. So, let's see. I don't think Cerebra's prowess is going to be strong enough. So, I'm gonna say Starlight dodges out of the way. She goes flying forward with her prison shank and just lands it. Damn it! And just it's like he's a slippery one. Now, Roy,
Yes.
you got some movement.
Alright.
Cerebra's turn is up.
How close am I to Craig?
I'm gonna say you're pretty damn close, and you can make it to him this turn. Easy.
Alright. I'm gonna push his face into the snow and just start suffocating him in it.
Oh my god!
Sir, do not resist!
Stop resisting!
FBI, open up!
So, Craig, roll a strength check to resist. Roy, roll strength to push.
I like this check.
Take him down! Take him down!
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Would using the book get rid of the chains?
No, they're attached to my hands.
Yeah, but didn't you need to use your hands to grab the book and everything?
I only used one hand.
Okay.
Fair question. Fair question.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here. Do.
So, what'd you get, buddy? I'm watching.
Me? I got a 21 for strength.
I watched Mason's meme he posted. That was definitely a meme that he has posted in the chat of memes with memes that he has posted. Craig, oh boy, Craig, poor child. So from the sounds of this, you beat Craig and you push him into the snow. That would be your turn, Roy.
Good.
Rikter.
Rikter, seeing Joy very much overstepped, would whip around for his sniper and then take a shot at her.
Oh my god!
Jesus fucking Christ.
Get fucked.
Oh, I was worried about Anthony breaking campaign. It's freaking cold. We gotta look out for this guy. Look at him, dude.
All right,
He's so scary.
start rolling, baby. Start rolling. It's gonna hurt.
Oh, what'd you get?
21.
So with a 10, you shoot her.
Okay. All right, this is gonna hurt.
Where do you shoot her?
Rikter would start. Let me roll odds or evens here. Oh dear. He's aiming for the head.
Oh my fucking god, you're gonna kill her.
Oh dear.
What'd you get?
What is this a number?
What'd you get?
10.
For damage?
Yeah.
10 fucking
With it
damage.
being a crit, he takes a recoil of a d4. So he himself takes 1 damage.
Well, you were aiming for the head. But here's the thing. I'm going to bring in mechanics to save her life. Because yes, you can say you're aiming for the head. But technically, she is not bottom health. So she's not dead. So I'll say the bullet whizzed past her ear. Maybe through her ear. And
to clarify, because I believe your concern is a lead bullet going through a brain.
Oh my God.
Valid concern, but it is not a lead bullet.
Yeah.
It is a celestial make. And as God, you choose if it is actually intending for this.
All right. Huh. That's a number. Very interesting. Oh, Cole DM'd me something.
Just for clarity of what I'm going for here.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, audience member? Gavin Hummel.
Are the other students watching this entire thing happen?
They can't see anything.
We are in another dimension.
Okay, are they watching Roy, though?
Yeah, they can
Yes.
see.
They see
Okay.
Cerebra pop up.
Everyone shudders.
It's just, oh god, not again!
She's just a senior, guys. Appears out of a book.
So,
Well, technically, she appeared out of the floor.
For the other
I
students,
did-
Oni is in panic mode right now.
Yeah. So this is what's going to happen. I didn't want to give her this ability, but it's the only thing that is possibly going to. Because Cole is a mass murderer. So, or a skull shooter, whichever you prefer. He aims the gun. Bullet goes straight through Joy's head. Blood splatters all over the place. Joy is dead. Rikter,
Uh-huh.
what do you do?
That is a question. Am I still in this world?
Yes.
Interesting. Do I see the outlines of all the figures and stuff?
Yep.
I guess since he doesn't know better, he would try and swing at the figure that isn't Roy.
You can make your way over
That
there
one, not
because
Roy.
your battle didn't go too far. You swing at it, but your blade just goes through. It doesn't even by it.
Then Rikter will start looking around very confused.
Roll me an awareness check.
Not amazing.
What'd you get?
Dice sound like
11.
bowling balls.
That's fine. So what you see happen is Joy, her body,
Yep.
begins to float up into the sky. And the dome begins to shake and quake. And eventually it starts to rip apart. The paneling, the basements, the ceiling, all of it starts to shred. Roy, you don't see any of this because it's not in your dimension. It's happening here. The entire
The
facility,
Chad dimension.
the Chad dimension, everything around you is breaking down and shredding. And you see a mystical energy and field sprout from her wound on both sides, and her body begins to contort and twitch violently. And she starts to spin around in different angles, different circles, and her eyes open, and they are bright, milky, and white.
Oh dear.
And you hear a hellish banshee scream emerge. She collects a lot of this power in her hands, and since it is now her turn,
Oh dear.
she is going to fire a wave of strength right at you. Her hair blowing in the wind, screaming violently. Rikter,
Hi.
coordination to dodge at disadvantage.
Yep.
Because Joy didn't know everything she could do.
Adding anything at all, or just straight rolls?
We're just gonna straight.
9.
All right. Let's get my D10.
Oh no.
Okay. So what happens is she screams, shoots this power at you. Rikter, it strikes your chest and you take 10 points of damage.
Sure.
Oh, no.
Sure.
A portal opens up behind you and you go flying out. You are outside of the dimension. You continue to fly, and you like go right past Roy. You go right past Cerebra, right past Craig, and you just crash into one of the buildings. You are going to take,
Face plants in the snow. Oh jeez, just what's that noise?
and you take 2 points of environmental damage.
Sure.
In total, you took 12 points of damage.
Yep.
And you see Joy walk out of the portal, a fiery aura around her arms emanating, her eyes just bright, her hair basically standing up like a Super Saiyan.
And
Then-
no one has any context of what's happening.
No one has any idea what happened. All of a sudden, you just see a portal up and Rikter go flying out, Joy looking like a monster. And then her hair settles,
Oh no.
her eyes return to normal, her power goes away, and she passes the hell out on the ground. But you notice her wound is gone. So, Joy's out. Rikter, how do you feel?
He feels that there are still enemies present, and that his comrade appears to still be in danger with this new figure he has never seen before.
TJ just,
yeah, you
or
see
sorry,
Starlight.
fucking whatever his name.
I've never
Crag.
seen Cerebro or Starlight before.
Oh no.
It's a little bit of plot armor, but it's an ability that she does so soon.
No,
But it's the only way of preventing a
Is
death
there
this
like
early.
a
There's a lot of-
scar where she got shot?
No.
Oh, okay.
Sounded so upset about that.
Huh.
Cole's texting me.
As an interesting
just for
turn of events.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can talk to me later, buddy. My destroyer of worlds. my little Cthulhu. So. Let's see. It's now Craig's turn.
Can he breathe?
He's in the ground.
So
Snow.
slightly before Craig's turn,
Mm-hmm.
a certain individual is going to walk up to Rikter and then just place a hand against him and freeze him against the wall.
Would that be considered an attack of sorts?
I'm gonna let you try and dodge it.
Yep.
But you will be at disadvantage because you didn't expect it and you got flung through a building.
Sure.
And they're most likely prone. But hey, you found the weapon. It's inside.
Adding coordination.
Sure.
18 to dodge.
Nope.
Damn.
Rikter, you become an ice cube.
Oni is going to step forward and just be like, all right, we're done.
Oni, if she is to look at the ice cube, would see that his eyes are not containing pupils, but they're covered in stars in various shades of purple, white, and pink.
That concerns me. She points to Cerebra. That concerns me.
Joy
She points
passed
to the
out. That
unconscious
concerns
Joy.
me.
That concerns me. We're stopping this here.
Oh
She points
my
at
God.
Cerebra and just goes, you go back to wherever the hell you came from.
Yes.
Why? Boy, she's tried to kick me out of the party.
Then annihilate her.
All right.
She points at Roy. She points at Roy and is like, just let go of him. Call back Starlight. If you haven't already.
Ha!
We're done here. We're done. You will all be graded accordingly, but I'm calling this off.
Rising Phoenix also enters in, but he like slams into the ground. Just making his presence known. The trees just bend and break in his wake, and he just walks forward. That thing, you, points to Cerebra. What she said. And just it stands next to Oni like, listen to your Oni. And being like the supportive father. Just like, yep, you listen to her. And he's standing there. Roy, do you
Yeah.
dispel Cerebra?
No,
Why? What do you do?
because I'm not done yet.
What do you do?
So,
Get to see
I
Rikter in
still
the ice
have
cube.
whatever his name set in the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this would have been a lot easier if it was just you and me. And I just want you to remember that you are nothing without your power.
Ooh.
Holy shit.
And then
Craig
I'm just
gonna
gonna
turn
push
to
his head into the ground even harder.
Craig is going to muffle through the floor. Would have lost if you didn't have that book.
And it has become very apparent that Roy no longer remembers that he's in school.
Oh god, it's the darkest timeline all over again.
Craig is just fully playing into it because he doesn't care. Rising Phoenix is right there. What the fuck is he gonna do?
So, Roy,
Yes.
what are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna stand up and yell in Russian that I've done this for the motherland.
Nobody but Rikter kind of understands. Rikter's having a
I'm chilling out right now. Say the least.
Hey,
Oh boy.
So
This was a turn of events.
Phoenix is going to walk over, grab Joy, hoist her over, and look to everyone else and say, "All right, so that was a thing that indeed happened. You will all be graded later.
Good man.
Oda, can I talk to you for a moment?" He just pulls you away. Actually, you know
does he
what?
pull away Oni?
Yeah, he's about to, and he's like, "You know what? Let's make sure everything ends peacefully." And then I need
Yeah,
to
Oni's
talk
like,
to you.
let's de-escalate the situation. Craig is going to put away Starlight.
Mhm.
Starlight just sort of fades away.
Mhm. Cerebral just goes, "Bye, mystery man." And what else happened?
and Oni's going to walk up to Roy and just be like, let him off the ground. Get rid of her.
Yes and no,
There is no
I'll
no
get
to
off
this
him.
situation.
but she's not going anywhere.
Hi.
Why?
She's a
Waves.
part of me.
I am. We're like a package. Puts an arm around Roy.
Oni rubs her eyes. And it's just like, fuck it. Alright. Okay.
Okay.
Phoenix,
Hmm?
take the students
Where?
outside of the dome.
One of them is an ice cube. Looks over to Rikter.
As far as I remember, Phoenix, you have fire powers. Melt him.
Walks over, places a hand on it, melts it. Grabs Rikter, is like, "All right, come on, up you get. Who else am I carrying?"
Does anything
Nope.
happen with me? Or
Nobody.
am I unconscious, essentially.
That's up to you to decide.
Based on behind the scenes stuff, I'm leaving it in your hands.
Text me why his eyes went the way they did, and then I can maybe give you an answer.
Mm.
Yep. I see. Okay. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
he's just lost in thoughts for right now.
You decide. You decide if he's a broken toy or not.
He's lost in thoughts, not knowing really what's going
Sure.
on. Yeah, so he kind of throws you up on his shoulder, looks to Craig. "You need a ride, kid."
I can walk.
Looks to Roy. "How about you?"
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I wish I never left Russia. It's so pathetic here. Everything is so weak.
Put the goddamn demon away.
Oh my god. So, oh good lord. Phoenix will basically be like, "I'm going to get these two to the nurse's office. And possibly, and probably a psychiatrist." And he's going to begin to make his way forward. "Okay, I'll talk with you later."
Yeah.
So, I'ma say the game ends. Your results will be posted later. Not the game, just the test, because we got just a tiny bit more left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but goddamn. So, fucking Jesus. Yeah, Oni, would you like to give Roy his punishment?
Surprise? Question mark?
So basically, Phoenix takes them out, and Oni is just going to stand there with Roy and just be like, all right, I have to commend you.
For what? Doing what you asked me to. My job is
Props-
simple. Take out
props-
the enemy.
Props for attempting to use the handcuffs, unlike everyone else. But put the demon away.
Put the demon away.
Why, I know not of what you speak of.
Is Cerebro still out?
Roy.
100%, yes.
Would Cerebro hide behind Roy, or would she be interested in new people?
Right. So
Well, natural one, so she goes right up to Oni. Just starts looking at her, fluttering about.
Oni is just like ignoring her and just staring directly at Roy.
She's like making comments like, "Sweetheart, what have you done to your hair?" And oh, I think I'm seeing some wrinkles.
Oni,
Are
Oni
those
just
crow's
looks at
feet
Roy,
I see?
and she's just like, okay. Bit of tips for when you're out in the world as a hero, right?
Whoever said I wanted to be a hero?
You were at a hero school,
Never
taking
said
a
I
hero
wanted
training
to
course.
be here. I'm a-
Well, while you are here, there are certain rules that you have to abide by. Got that? When a battle is over, we don't shove our opponents' faces into the ground and tell them that they're worthless. Okay?
Back where I'm from, the battle's not over till the enemy's dead.
Well, we're not where you were from.
Clearly, it's very weak here.
Oni just like rubs her eyes again.
Oh,
right,
honey,
kid.
rubbing your eyes aren't going to get rid of those wrinkles. I'm sorry, sweetie.
All right, kid. This probably doesn't mean anything to you,
Not a bit.
but do you know what detention is?
The what?
Yeah, that's what I figured. So basically,
No, I literally didn't hear you.
do you know what detention is?
No.
Good.
Let's just say you are going to be staying after school for a little bit. Might put you through some training exercises. It might not be easy.
I've had 15 years of training exercises.
Damn.
We'll see about that.
Non-stop, every day.
Oni is just going to kneel down next to him and just be like, all right, you know what? Let's talk. And she's going to sit down basically next to him and just be like, so what did happen in your past?
Nothing that you need to know of.
Right, because it seems to me like you linger on it a little bit. And trust me, I know what that's like.
You want to know what? I'll tell you one thing. I watched my friend get blown up by a grenade. I've been shot at. I've shot at people.
Oni nods, and she's just like, "Do you want to hear what I went through?"
Not really.
Too bad, because I'm telling you anyway.
Oh,
So you've had friends blow up next to you. You've been shot at. You shot at people. Pretty much the same thing on this end.
Fun.
Let's see. Yeah, I was forced to work with the Japanese government for a bit, and let's just say I did some things that I regret now. And I've lost some people that I really wish I didn't lose. All right.
Here's the difference. I don't regret it.
Right. Well, one day, maybe you'll see.
Maybe.
Anyway, there will be punishment for this. The other students are also not getting off easy. So I want you to know that you are not being targeted. However, this backtalk, this behavior, it can't go unpunished. It can't be allowed.
Oh, it would have gotten the shit beat out of me in Russia.
We'll be glad you're not there. And with that, Oni is going to stand back up. She'll be like, all right. As long as she's out, points to Cerebra, as long as she's out, I can't have you leave the training grounds.
Fine.
Until we get an evaluation as to what she is and everything, and it's in our books and everything like that.
Oh, well, you
cannot
can
leave
go
the
ahead
training
and read this if you want. It's got everything about it. And I'm going to hand her the big book.
Take a look
she
at a
like-
couple pages. You can't read a darn thing.
Yeah, she's like, we will go over this later. However, for now, we need to get back to class and we need to continue with our assessments.
As you wish.
Thank you.
Is that the end of that?
And with that, I believe that conversation is over.
Very interesting. Rikter,
yep.
you wake up in the nurse's office.
He would jump up and start rapidly looking around.
Do you recognize it?
I don't know. What am I recognizing? The nurse's office itself?
Yeah. You recognize Paragon off in the distance?
Yes. His eyes look like they've returned to normal, and he is looking around the room rapidly at the moment.
Paragon notices, he walks over, sits down on the side of your bed and says, "So what happened out there, kiddo?"
Rikter would immediately start tearing up before just hugging Paragon.
Oh. Paragon will jump back for a second, but he'll put an arm around you.
And then, while held, Rikter would go, "What's going on in my fucking head?"
I don't know, kiddo. I don't know. We're gonna do everything we can to help you. We're gonna find some way to make you better. Paragon's kind of at a loss. I didn't hear everything that went on, but I saw the way they gave them to you.
Rikter would lift up his head and look at him. "I almost killed her."
Do you look over to Joy? Are you like referring over to her?
He did not even look around for Joy. He just looked to get familiar. He looked to him big. I almost put a bullet through her skull. I did put a bullet through her skull. No one's safe.
What do you plan to do about it?
I don't know.
So, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna... And he just kind of scratches his head. You're gonna be excused from classes for a little while. We're gonna take you somewhere where they can analyze your... Study everything about you. Figure out what's going on. We're gonna try and help you and make you feel better. All right? And that's kind of what he just goes on to say.
Rikter would start crying at the edge of his bed.
He's patting him.
I only saw red. It was like a nightmare I couldn't get out of. And I have this on my neck, and he would move his hand towards the bullet wound that is there.
Paragon kind of rests his hand on there.
It gets worse. And then he would lift up his shirt.
Paragon's very taken aback by it. Why haven't you shown me this?
It wasn't here before. What the fuck is happening to me?
Paragon stands up, says, I'm going to make a call really quick. Goes off. As you continue to kind of notice and look around, you see Joy's in a bed, like, near you. She seems fine. You notice the bullet wound's gone.
He would attempt to make his way over, most likely falling down as he walks over there.
You crawl over. You make your way to the bed.
Joy, you alright?
You can see she's breathing.
He would just start looking over everything to see just what he did, if anything.
She looks healed. So do you. Paragon and Renew work quick.
Does she answer at all, or is she just kind of sleeping right now?
She's kind of passed out.
Rikter would...
She's alive.
Would grab her hand and just say, I'm sorry.
A little bit of time goes by, and Paragon says, all right, I have Renew able to take over. Here, come with me. And he takes you, Rikter, and he kind of walks you throughout the school. He's rather silent, and he eventually takes you to a parking lot, and he walks over to a car. He opens it up and says, here, get in. I'm gonna take you somewhere. I got special permission. I'm gonna take you to see someone that can hopefully help with all this. Do you get in the car?
Rikter will nod. Where are we going?
We're going to see an old friend of mine. And technically, my boss.
Okay.
And he pulls out of the parking spot, and he drives off campus with you. Rikter.
Yep.
That's where we're going to cut it off for you.
Sure.
And now we're going to end this game off with Phoenix just kind of sitting in the office in like a private room, and Oni maybe gives a knock on his way, or makes her way in.
Yeah, Oni just steps into the room and just lets out the most audible sigh.
I know the feeling. Only Ren, we're not qualified for this. I know we joked about it before, but it's really dawning on me just how
Don't say.
much we're not capable of doing this. I don't know what to do with Roy. I don't know what to do with Rikter. Ressa and Kara seem fine, but those were the 4 students Truman wanted at the school.
I don't know what the hell that guy was thinking.
Looking to raise the next generation of heroes.
Well, what it seems like we're raising is a generation of sociopaths and murderers.
You've got that right. What are we going to do?
It has dawned on me that going by the book isn't helping these students.
Oh yeah?
And it definitely isn't something we're proficient at.
What are you suggesting?
Honestly, I don't know yet. But we need to mix things up.
For all of them, or just the incident children?
I feel like everyone could benefit.
Yeah, some number 1 hero I can fight villains all day, take them down with ease, keep the peace within cities across the globe, but I can't even keep order in a classroom. Hell, I can't even teach a class. You know, my pay grade is higher because I'm technically the professor. You're the assistant, and you're the one doing all the work. And I wanted to say I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry I haven't been a good partner in this.
Screw pay grades. We live comfortably. We're heroes, goddammit.
Ain't that the truth?
But you know what?
What?
People don't become heroes by going by the book. There's never a set formula to it.
True. I mean, look at us. We didn't exactly become. Kind of looking over to you a little bit more.
You got that right.
You're right. We need to change this up. We need to take this. Trying to be professors and teaching them just isn't working. They all come from different backgrounds. They all have different issues that plague them. And they all need a different way of being taught. Running through the class, I can already tell. He kind of looks through them all and it's like, Albright, Alex, she is rather quiet. She's very shy. She's beginning to mingle with others. She doesn't seem to go above and beyond or do anything she's taught. Bell? Bell has the heart of a hero and the strength. He seems to be one of the few students in here who actually, for the right reasons, at least what I believe the right reasons to be. Claire Bouchez is strong, but her confidence isn't that high. Stelly? He's perfect in every way imaginable. Really, dear hero?
Stop breaking character!
He just kind of goes like, Stelly has work, but there is much potential, especially with his power. Chloe Crismo doesn't seem to work well with others. Rikito seems to want to be a hero for different reasons, for less honorable reasons. Willow is strong, but not confident in her own abilities. Anthony Howell, I'm sure you can attest to, has a bit of a darker side. I'm not sure if he's coming to the school to be a hero. It kind of continues through everyone, kind of labeling Kara as a little quiet. UA and Darien both wanting to achieve that goal, but for marginally different reasons, ones he respects. Joy, similar to some of the others, where she has a power but isn't super confident. Kind of goes on to list that Crag just seemed to be that interested with anything. Angela sticks with her one friend, Chloe, and doesn't seem to go above and beyond. Adam is trying harder than anyone else, but is starting to fall behind. Caitlin doesn't seem to care. Rikter seems to have a bunch of emotional and mental issues that need to be worked with. Stephen Smith appears to have a god complex. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. It's not possible.
Carmen is not confident in her abilities either. And Roy comes from a place that has utterly broken. So he just kind of goes through the list of students. I'm looking at all the session chat has gone nuts. Yeah, Phoenix just kind of goes, maybe we should talk to Truman. Maybe we should talk to Truman about the students.
I'm going to see if I can get some permissions to do some courses earlier than others.
You keep me updated. I'm going to... You know what? He kind of stands up. I'm going to visit an old friend. And he grabs his coat, grabs his keys, and says, I think I need to make a stop in West Virginia. And he will leave the office and say, we're in this together, you and me. We're going to make these kids heroes. Even if it breaks us. And then hopefully, once they've graduated, they can get actual people qualified for this. And he will walk out.
Oni just nods.
And,
looks down at her.
Yeah, go ahead.
She looks down at her papers and stuff and her scheduling on the clipboard. Takes it all off the clipboard, balls it up, and throws it in the trash.
And with that, I think we'll end the game there.